Good morning, everybody on YouTube. This is Rick Thomas from Obsolete Video Services. It's Sunday morning, and I just got done getting that job done for the Panasonic for the customer that needed it really quick. Got that all boxed up and ready to go. As you guys know, I am working in my workshop slash garage, whatever you want to call it. And we've got thousands of parts, guys. I mean, the biggest problem about doing the type of work that I do is there's so many parts. I am constantly sorting stuff out, getting rid of stuff that I absolutely never use to the stuff that I actually do use. Well, when it comes to Panasonic, especially the EIAJs, you know, the Panasonic reel-to-reel EIAJ machines, oh my God, I can't even believe what I accumulated in the past 2 years on just parts alone. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, literally. But again, guys, when you're doing work on Panasonics, you know, and you strip out real junk machines, you keep the parts that you know it's going to be viable later on. And case in point, I've dipped in this box 100 times for parts that were broke that you would never think would be broke on the Panasonics, and I was able to actually replace it. This is probably parts from probably 12, 13 machines over the past 20 years, maybe, if that. I've kept a lot of Panasonic parts because they are the best machine you could actually buy. Like this is a front panel of a NV3160, and the cards itself, which is the only reason I kept those, is because that's the best machine there is. And I believe that particular machine had an awful lot of issues. Bad power supply, broken video head drum, all kinds of stuff. Wasn't worth going through that much trouble to fix at the time. So I stripped out the best parts. And you never know, I'm going to get a machine that comes along that's going to need a circuit board that's shorted out or not working right. And these plug in. They got plugs. You just plug them right in, screw it, and you got the machine right back up and running. So it's always good to keep the parts on the Panasonic EIAJ machines. I mean, it's bulky. It's a pain in the ass at times, but you do need them if you're a service tech like me. You never know when you're going to need a part for an EIAJ Panasonic. And I'm living proof because I've fixed hundreds of these machines, so I really know what it takes to do this. Also, like I said, I'm going through all my parts. I can't believe I accumulated this stuff in 10 years or whatever it is. This is a lot of parts. So today we're sorting out the Panasonic parts that I got for the EIAJ machines, and I've got thousands of belts, guys. Thousands and thousands of belts. And rollers, hard to get, and rollers you can't even find, and you name it. These machines take a lot of parts, but I've accumulated so many parts over the years that I have everything on hand to be able to actually do this type of work. But, like I said, guys, the Panasonic machines are really the best machines to buy. They are built really, really well. I mean, down to the rollers. Oh my God, it is crazy. I mean, there's some cheap parts, like they did make the casings plastic, where Sony with more money on the casings instead of the parts on the inside. Panasonic with the quality inside and a little cheaper on the outside. They both did the opposite, which is kind of weird, but overall you want the quality of the machine, not the way it looks, and Panasonic beat Sony hands down. I mean, it's just crazy, but that's just how it is. They went in the opposite directions, where Panasonic went for quality instead of cosmetic, and cosmetic was Sony instead of quality. So it's just amazing when you work on these machines what you discover. And you can see there was a real race war between these two companies that put out the best EIAJ machine. They really were fighting each other. But Sony, I mean, well, Panasonic, they got smart. They did everything, you know, Panasonic, I mean, Sony really didn't do. I mean, they designed their stuff a little easier to unplug and plug back in. You know, different boards, you know, they have connectors where you just plug the little circuit plug in and you're done. Screw it to the metal housing and you're done. Sony did the same thing to a sense, but it was a lot more harder to do on a lot of those. And on top of it, Sony used a lot cheaper electronics too on their boards, where Sony used a lot more higher quality stuff. And you could see, I mean Panasonic, I'm sorry, and you could see that they used a lot better stuff, capacitor-wise, resistors-wise. Panasonic machines were just better all the way around. Even their motors, I mean, God, you know, there's brass fittings on their motors. This is the capstan motor right here. And this is an extra one. These always go bad on these machines. I got one. I'll just rebuild it, put some new bearings in it, and I can get their machine up and running. I keep the knobs, as you can see, all the knobs off these, because I always get broken handles, broken knobs, or a missing knob, and you know, I can't cosmetically make it look like it was factory. When I work on a machine, I want it to look like it came out of the factory and it's working and cosmetic-wise when I'm done with it. That's why I'm pretty picky on these particular machines. Make them look really good as well as work good. That's the whole idea when you handle a customer repair job, especially on the Panasonic machines. But as you can see, we have an awful lot of parts, and today is Sunday, and I'm going to start sorting this stuff out. There's some stuff I never got around to actually using, probably never will, so I want to downsize it a little bit. And sometimes, like on this one here, this is a Panasonic 3020 case, so I'm going to throw all the parts in this thing and throw it on the shelf. And I do get broken cases and different things from time to time, so it's always good to have parts for the Panasonic machines, because they do come in handy. And the boards, some boards I keep, some boards I don't keep. Like this is an audio board which was used on several machines. I kept it because they do go bad, so I'll have a board here I can actually rebuild and swap it out if I need to fix the machine. Certain things, when you work on these machines over the years, as many years as I've been doing it, you know what to keep and what not to keep. But like I said, guys, you better have a big storage garage if you're going to be working on this type of stuff. Panasonic machines, EIAJ machines, and just vintage video in general. You have to have a lot of room and space to do this type of work. This is why we are working towards a storefront, where I'll have an actual storefront where all my working equipment will be, and people will be able to walk in, and I can put a lot of this stuff in storage so it's out of the way, the stuff that I'm not in need of right away. So it's going to be an interesting transition, but we're getting there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Sunday's grab bag of repair work today. It's pretty much all just sorting out parts, getting shit in the boxes, getting stuff user-friendly so I have it available so I can use it when I need it. Doing repair work, sometimes you got to do a massive cleaning, I'm telling you. Hope you guys enjoyed this video.